Bonjour, welcome back to Atelier RGS. I'm here in the south of France, playing with tools and working in my workshop. So today is new tool day. Let's see what Santa's bought me. This is a new Evolution R255 Table Saw. I had a table saw before, in fact I've still got it. It's just a little bit small and weedy. So this is a bit less weedy. I've got the same manufacturer's chop saw over there, which I'm very happy with. So let's take this box apart and see what we've got. This is a relatively new company, I believe. One of the things I like about it is the blades and the saws themselves are set up to cut not just wood, but all sorts of different materials, including steel. It certainly works well on the chop saw. I'm kind of hoping that this saw uses the same blade, which would be awesome. I haven't checked that, so we shall find out. And I've managed to open the box upside down, it appears, or they install it upside down. Never mind. So, bits of cardboard. What's in here? This appears to be the saw guard, and bits of metal associated with it, some screws which are falling out. I'm over here for now. What else have we got? Oh, many attachments. So that looks maybe dust extraction, more dust extraction, and I don't know, a clamp, saw guide, some self-assembly required. Clamp of some sort and an Allen key with a screwdriver on the end of it. So that's that. Aha! Useful bit. Instructions. More bits of cardboard. Ooh, comes with a hose for the vacuum cleaner. That's cool. Never seen that before. More bits of cardboard. Lens lead. Right, I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and try and lift this out upside down. If you're of a delicate position and do not like swearing, fill your ears. Yeah. Right. I think that's it for the box. Let's see if we can put this back up. Okay. Right, I'm glad this fits on this table here, because you can get a stand for them, but I didn't because I've got more than enough stands. I'm kind of hoping I can adapt the stand I've got for the chop saw to work with it. If not, it'll be working on this plastic workbench. Okay, more bits of cardboard. I might be getting to the point where I have to look at the instructions. It feels pretty well put together on first impressions. Well, it's certainly well packaged. Right. There's another box with stuff in. Have a look at this. Looks like the saw guide. A mixture of metal and plastic. It does look pretty well nailed together. There will now be a short intermission while I look at the instructions. Okay, first we have to fit this handle onto the wheel and lever arrangement down here. This controls both the angle of the blade and the height. Pretty cool, if you're easily impressed. So your little nylock nut, which you fit using telekinesis around the back. Put the cap on. Okay, now we fit the blade guard. So it's a little locking bit here. Lift that out. Pulling the blade out. And this is the thing that holds the blade guard. Appears to be a locking thing down here, okay. Slides in and then locks. Okay. Feel quite right. Better. Lines up nicely with the blade. This is the same size as the chop saw as well, which is very cool. And we'll put this back in. Lock it off. Anti-clockwise to lock. And we take this chappy. Way up. Ooh, look at that. Fancy. So that sits on the inner. Have I got this backwards? Probably. Which way around does it go? Okay, that way round. There's a cutout kind of thing there that fits on the inner one of those. Two bolts, and it locks down with those two handles. Feels pretty firm. That's cool. And it can slide quite a way out. It's got quite a capacity. Like that. Does that lock? And that locks it. Cool. Oh, I'm liking this so far. Just under here, there's a fitting for this knob. Guessing that's a fine adjustment. Yep. Okay, that's cool. And what this is for is to give that corner so it holds your work. That is also cool. This is just all cool. We also have don't know what you call this. That means you can slide wider pieces of wood or pieces that are narrow this way and accurately and at an angle, which is cool. Rather than just relying on the end fence. And so it means you can cut an angle, so you could do that, and then you fit this clamp, which is a bit stiff. I need to clean out that thread. Okay, so I need to clean out that thread. Got some taps on there. That goes in there, then clamps down on the piece of wood, and then you slide it through the saw. That's pretty good. So you can also pull that stud and then slide the whole thing on there. That's very cool. I may be saying that too much. What else have we got? Lost my page. Coming around this side, we've got this setup. Just it goes on there. Is there anything to clamp it on there? Let's have a look. Don't think so. That just shoves on there. Okay, vacuum cleaner goes in there, or dust extraction, and you've got dust extraction from top and bottom. See how that works. The dust extraction on the chop saw isn't brilliant. You've got pusher stick, which I will no doubt chop into small pieces by accident very quickly. So we have to be careful not to crash into this. You can always just pull it off. Okay, and the last bit that fits in is this, which extends the bed so you can support the work as it comes out the back. So slides in there, the little clamps, Should protect the floor. I've spent so long putting together. Nice. So I guess the next bit is to test it. Actually, before using it, you can calibrate it to make sure it's actually at 90 degrees. There's a bit difficult to see, but take my word for it. There's an adjustment knob under here with a locking sort of wing nut affair. So you just turn it one way or the other, and that's making it skew width that way. Tighten it up, inch and square. That looks pretty good. And lock it down. Cool. Okay, well, let's try this out. I've got a little project to do for the house, so might as well use this to see if it works nicely for us. Okay, I'm going to start using this piece of wood to try out how accurately I can cut it into the sections I need. Well, the scale on here is very accurate. I set it to just trim off the edge of this what is on a old bit of tongue and groove, and it seems to have just taken off what I wanted very cleanly. The cut, nice and clean, as good as you could expect. Well, that's the quality of the cut. Pretty good, eh? I'm pleased with this. It seems to cut very easily, quickly, and very smoothly. Dust extraction, pretty good actually. There's a bit of a mess on the bed, but the guard's quite high up because of the fact I'm cutting very close to the guide. But yeah, pretty awesome. So what I'll try and do now is cut, what I'd normally do in the chop saw, frankly, is cut the corners at 45 degrees. So I'll use the sliding piece and see if I can do that. I mean, the wood's a bit long for it really, but we'll give it a go just to try it out. You have to turn the saw 45 to get a 45 degree cut, obviously. Might be because the wood's too long. Okay. So to release the sliding part of the table, you just pull down on a little knob that's underneath. So latch just there. You can turn it off. That's good. Fit this chap. Keep it down this end, I suppose. Clamp that in. Release that clamp. I want to cut this at 45 degrees, so I'll just set it on the scale and we'll measure it afterwards to see how accurate it is. Yeah, you definitely do this with a chop saw normally. But for small pieces or flat bits. That seemed to work. Measure it, see how accurate it is. It looks right, but so. That is pretty damn good. I will do the rest of that in the chop saw though. Okay, so finished with a 45-degree thing. I shall put it away. It has actually got a stowage spot down the back there. So just here, I hope you can see it. Which is quite neat. Okay, so what I want to do now is actually put a rebate in the edge of on the inside edge of the frame. Normally you can do that with the router, obviously, but I'm going to, another thing to try with the saw. So first of all, drop the blade. Just something that looks about right. A little bit more. That'll do it. Now, I only want a very small rebate, so I need to move this right up. That crashes into that. Okay, that's the best way to deal with that. Guess I could, no, I'm not going to do that. Just take this off. And move this, oops, that'll be the wrong one. Move this well close in. Don't want much more than the width of the saw blade, really. We'll give it a little bit more. There you go. Again, not a bad result. So I run that on all the other 4 bits and we start putting it together. That's actually pretty easy. I think it might even be quicker and easier than using the router. So something learned. Okay, let's try it on some thicker stuff, see how it does. So, cut through that no problem at all, including, as you can see there, a fairly large nail right through the end of it. So this is a multi-material saw, and I guess it's just proved it. Okay, so what do we think? I'm really impressed. I'm very pleased with it, well, which is a good thing because I paid for it with my own money. It cuts nice and accurately, it cuts easily. The dust extraction, despite the mess on here, which is mostly my fault, is pretty good. Easy to use. It's great. Really pleased with it. So if you're looking for a reasonably inexpensive but good quality table saw, I'd take a look at one of these. Thanks a lot. If you enjoyed this product test, let me know, comment on it please. Let me know if you've got one of these, what you think of it. And of course, like, comment and subscribe. See you next time.